emotionally and mentally to be healthy finally and show people what you're capable of?
I'll be honest with you guys. I went to the award show. I think it was Thursday night, and I could, I remember telling people at home that I'm going there just for motivation. Get to see the greats of the game. Everyone was there, and Ottawa took home pretty much everything. And the biggest thing for me was seeing Brad Sinopoli take home the MLC, and congratulations to him. He had a unbelievable year. But that has to be motivation for any type of player. If you want to be a great player in this league, you have to be motivated by other people around you, and obviously yourself. And seeing that just made me say, if I have the opportunity, I'm going to come out and make sure I work the hardest so I can be put in the same sentence as the Andy Fantuzes, Rob Bagg, Andre Dury, and obviously Brad Sinopoli. So, this is just a stepping stone for me. I still got a lot of work to do. It's been a up and down season for me just because, coming off of a knee injury, you still have a lot of work to do when you actually get into the offseason. So I'm just happy that I can walk off the field and I'm healthy. I have probably a couple weeks before I get back to training.
How did you guys feel down 13-0?
We've been there before. Everyone knows we've been there before. We just have to settle in. Don't give them points, and that's mainly what we did at the beginning of the game. We gave them their points because it was pretty much off of turnovers, other than their first drive, which was a fantastic drive. But we knew when we just settled into the game and just made the plays that came to us that this was going to happen.
What is it about having Mike back in the offense? I mean, he comes back as your starter, and you finish the season 10-0.
He's a warrior. As you guys all seen it, when we were 4-14, we all got to watch him take a lot of hits. The guys who were here in that 4-14 season know how much of a warrior he is. So we're going to do whatever it takes to make plays for him. And having a guy like Mike Riley on your team, it's an amazing thing just because you get to see him work every single day. And when I was hurt and when he hurt his knee, I got to see him every single day and what he had to go through and what I had to go through. And you learn to respect a man a different way when you see him at his lowest points, and that's where you really see character. And I got to see him at his lowest points, the points that I really wouldn't want to see him again, just because I know how much of a competitor he is at this sport. But being able to see him there, I just knew when he gave me the opportunity to make a play, I had to go out and do it for him. Cool. Have a great night, everybody.
Then he bails.
Should I have the second mic just in case, or?
Well, I don't know if they're gonna say anything.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
I just thought I'd ask. It's easier to do it now than later, so.
got some people joining me tonight, if that's all right. Y'all doing good? We'll do it. It means over here.
Chris, if you're gonna win your first challenge of the year, the biggest game of the year is not a bad time to do it.
Well, that's what I was just telling somebody. That was actually the second challenge of the year that we won. We had lost every single challenge up until last week. We got the one last week, and we got the one this week. I thought I saw PI, and I saw for sure illegal contact, but I couldn't get them to tell me for sure. So then the clock starts, so I had to call timeout, and I said, look at this because it's too big a situation. And if it is, then we need to throw a flag. And so that's how it transpired.
At the end of the first half, at the end of the first half, you had that long drive, you scored a touchdown. How important was that? I mean, how important was that drive for your team to go into the locker room?
Well, we needed every point we could get. I mean, we're down 2 scores early, and got us back on our heels. Henry came out hot, about as hot as I've ever seen him. I mean, I'm throwing everything I've got at him, and he just keeps on completing footballs. And I mean, they hardly even have any second downs. It's all explosions. And then we turned the ball over, and then so we need every point we can get at that point.
Talk about the turnaround on your defense. You gave up those 2 touchdowns, and I don't think you gave up another touchdown for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it was unfortunate that we tend to always put ourselves in the hole like that, but tribute to the character of our football team, that they just keep on believing in what we're doing, and once we can get a foothold on how we can get him to pad it a little bit and have a little bit of success, and then we'll just keep going to it.
What did you say to yourself at 13-0, Chris, and what did you say to your people so that you didn't panic?
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to panic. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if they scored again, I might, But it was one of those deals where we knew that we'd been in that situation before, and, you hear it as they come off. Offense just got to go chip away, and, defense will get some stops. You hear the right things, and so I knew that that if we could just have a little bit of success offensively, which we did, we went down. I think we got a field goal there, and we knew we could move the football. And we knew that they had matchup issues all night long in man coverage, and I mean that's what they rely on, is man coverage. And quite honestly, I mean that's tough for them to cover our receivers.
Not the way you visualize starting.
Yeah, I don't think I woke up this morning doing my workout at about 5 o'clock thinking, man, I hope we're down 13-0, and then we can. No, that's not what that's not how we planned it.
Chris, is it the halftime adjustments? Is it the conditioning of your team? You dominated the second half, specifically the fourth quarter. I think it was plus 91 in the regular season. What do you attribute that to?
Well, I think 2 or 3 things. Again, I hate to sound like a broken record. I mean, our belief system in the locker room, our coaches do a tremendous job. We do train extremely hard. We work out extremely hard. Our strength coaches and our trainers do an outstanding job conditioning in our athletes. And again, I think all those things in culmination is kind of the reason that we have success in the second half.
Chris, Mike is the MVP, and you guys finished 10-0 with him at quarterback, back as the starter.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
What is it about him that makes you guys that much better?
Well, I mean, you saw there at the end of the game, he took over the game. Hit a little spurt there around the end of the third, early fourth, where, he was kind of getting a little antsy to get out. He got a little pressure a couple of times, and he was getting out a little quick, but he calmed down. And then again, once we got the lead, he senses that the game's in his control. He took over the game.
You as the coach, when you get the lead and you give the ball to him, I mean, does that give you a sense of easiness knowing that?
Well, I mean, certainly. I mean, he's a winner. Wouldn't matter what, if he went down there and played him and pick up basketball right now, he's not trying to lose. I can assure you, he's going to try to beat you with everything he's got.
What that play right before the touchdown where he kind of pulled a Houdini and escaped, it looked like he was going down and got it to Kumon at the 1.
Yeah, I mean, that got it to the 1 yard line. And, at that point, I'm not going to kick a field goal. I mean, you need a yard. If you can't get a yard with the defensive line off a yard, then shouldn't be playing.
Are you concerned about his state of health? I mean, he took some pretty good licks there.
Well, we've got about 6 months to get healthy, so, we don't. Yeah, we don't play next week, so I mean it's a situation where you got to lay it out there, and I mean you only get one or two opportunities to win a championship.
Nate came through big in the clutch, huh?
Excuse me.
Nate came through big in the clutch.
Well, that was a big catch, and what y'all don't know is he's got like some kind of ligament or tendon or something in one of his fingers. They had to tape his finger together, because it wouldn't bend properly at halftime, and so he coming up with a big catch, injured. That's pretty big. He's a clutch guy.
How does winning as a head coach rather than a coordinator, is this kind of validate all of the Chris Jones philosophy a little differently than as a coordinator?
You know what? I mean, I don't really worry about that, Gary. I mean, it's I just enjoy being around the people that I work with and the players and the coaches, and I'll leave that up to all the other people that write and that get paid to be administrators and that type thing to determine what my legacy, if there is such a thing.
What does this mean to you, winning tonight?
Well, I mean, it means everything. I mean, these little girls are at home all year, and I don't get to see them a whole lot. And being able for them to come up and get to see us win a championship and be involved in it, I mean, that's what it means to me. This is Jackson, and this is Austin.
Chris, Eskimo fans have been reading a lot lately about maybe losing you. They're kind of nervous about that. Do you have any comment on the
Right.
past? Would you have aspirations to be a manager?
Right now, all I want to concentrate on is enjoying this win and going down there with those players that I have and getting on that plane in the morning, or enjoying a little party over at the hotel tonight, getting on that plane early in the morning and going and having a parade on Tuesday and enjoying it. And then, all that stuff will handle itself.
You sent Lynch in for the winning touchdown.
Well, I don't know what the situation was. I mean, we throw the ball down to the one. It's definitely a completion. They call it a completion, and then we have this 5-minute discussion on something, because that allowed them to substitute to put their big guys in the game, because they saw me going, that we were going to go quarterback sneak, so they put their big guys in the game. And so then we had to put our big guys in the game, and when we do that, we put Jordan Lynch in the game to, that's what he does, right?
Did you imagine when you took this job that you'd win this quickly? Obviously,
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. If Mike stayed healthy last year, I'm not sure we wouldn't have won it last year.
All right, thank you.
Thank y'all. Yep.
Austin.
Good deal. Yeah. See ya.
Really? Why? I have no idea. Apparently. Hey, Mike's here. baseball hit, man.
All right. Whew. Oh,
More questions?
what's going on? Oh, not much, man. You know, just left the party with some of my good friends. It's pretty awesome being in that locker room with those guys right now. You know, it's a feeling that you get an opportunity to have, you know, a handful of times if you're lucky. And you know, when you're a young guy in the league and your team has success early, you know, I'd been in the league for a half a season before 2011, and you know, then we go to the Grey Cup and we win it, and you just kind of assume that that's just how it is. It's not that hard to get there, you know, and then you know, it's been 4 years and finally get the opportunity to get back to it. So it's certainly special. It's something that I'll never take for granted. It's memories that I'm happy that I'll have for the rest of my life with these guys. You know, but it's tough. It's a long road to get to this point. So I'm just I'm proud our guys stuck it out till the end.
So Shamad talked about how you guys had rehab together. He saw you at your lowest of the low.
Yeah.
How low was it, and is that maybe tied into it where you see, okay, it is worthwhile, or is it still maybe worse than you thought it was during that time?
I mean, that was a tough time. That was a tough time for me. It was a tough time for him. You know, because both of us had put a lot of time in the off season trying to get right and get healthy. I was able to get healthy from that injury with my foot, and Shamad was still battling his injury from Hamilton the previous year with his knee. So, you know, you spend that entire off season, you don't really even get time to relax like you normally do in December and January. That's your most busy time when you're rehabbing. So to go through 6 months of just trying to do everything you can to get prepared to play for the season and then just have it taken away that fast, that's a tough pill to swallow. But, you know, nobody's going to really feel sorry for you. You know, nobody else in the league really is going to care. They're going to come out and give you their best swings. So I thought our team did a great job all season of weathering the injuries, whether it was John White or myself or anybody during the course of the season. We never let it be an excuse, and that's easy to do a lot of times, to feel sorry for yourself and just use it as an excuse to not come out and play, you know, what you're capable of. But our guys sucked it up, and, you know, that's why we're here tonight.
Mike, at the end of the first half, you scored that drive where you scored the touchdown to win ahead by whatever points. How important was that drive?
It was good. It was big to get into the dressing room at halftime with at least tie or a lead, because we had came out and played so terrible in the first 6 minutes of the game. To go into the locker room and go, well, you know, I don't know if it could have gone much worse, but at least we're starting over. You know, we even had a small lead, but we had a lead, and we were like, well, shoot, if we played that poorly in the first half and we still have a lead, you know, then we should be able to blow this thing out of the water. Obviously, we were wrong. You know, and Ottawa, you know, I want to talk about them for a minute because I think they're a great football team. They have great football players there. Obviously, Henry being the MOP of the league, well-deserved, but from my perspective, playing against our defense, you know, that was one of the best defenses that we played against all year. Those guys fought their tails off till the end. They certainly didn't make it easy on us. We had some success in the second quarter, and then they came out and kind of stonewalled us in the third quarter and most of the fourth. You know, and we have some playmakers on our offense, so for them to shut us down like that, that says a lot about them. I thought they had a great season, obviously, second year in the league. You know, they should be proud of what they did. I'm sure their city is, you know, and I'm sure we'll battle with them for the next number of years. And another thing I wanted to make sure that I said too was that, you know, one of the great things about playing in the CFL is how these Grey Cups truly show that, you know, people are fans of the league. You know, you go to the Super Bowl, you see jerseys of the two teams that are in the game, and that's it. You come to the Grey Cup, you know, I met some amazing fans from all the teams, Toronto, Hamilton, you know, Calgary even. I'm not ashamed to say that. Saskatchewan, people from Winnipeg. It's truly a time for the league to shine and show, what great fans that we have as a whole. And so I appreciate, the opportunity to play in this league.
Mike, what did it mean having Pat Riley in the stands for this win?
To have my folks and my wife and her parents, and just to have them there to experience it with me, it means the world to me, because the only person that being hurt or playing poorly is harder on than me is my family, because they know how hard that I work, and I'm not really a pleasure to be around, when I'm hurt, for sure, and probably less so when I don't play well. But they've stuck through it. They've fought through everything just like I have. My wife lives back in the States, and she never misses a home game. She comes up every single weekend, and she's been through the low points with me, and as have my parents. They travel to every game. They drive 8 hours each way. So for them to be on the field with the confetti flying and seeing that Grey Cup and being able to give me a hug, that meant a lot. Put it on silent, pal. Jeez. I'm just kidding. It's okay. Turn it up. I wanted to see what that was. I don't know. I'll find out in a couple of days. I probably won't really feel it until then, because, right now, just the emotional high, you don't really feel anything, and probably have a few drinks tonight and tomorrow and the next day, so probably won't feel it then either. But there was a couple of shots that were pretty good hits. They were coming after us pretty good. And again, like I said, I got a ton of respect for that defense. Mark Nelson is a great defensive coordinator. I've known him, and he's just a good man, and but he also knows football very well, and he knew how to attack us, and they did a good job of it. But their D-line, those guys are tough players, man. I knew Capicotti from here. I knew Lemon well from when he was in Calgary, better than I wanted to. But all those guys played really well, and they made my life tough. But we played a little bit better.
How does it change now as you're the defending champion? Now you're the champion who's gonna come out.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it definitely changes things, but that's a position that's not bad to be in. I've said every week this season, when you guys ask me about, the upcoming game, I always say, well, if it's game on Sunday night that we just got done playing, we'll celebrate it till Monday, and then we'll move on to the next game. It's kind of like that when the season's done. We'll celebrate this Grey Cup. Believe me, we're going to celebrate it. I think the city is going to make sure of that. But, we'll celebrate it, and we'll enjoy it and relax and recoup for a couple of months, but then the work gets that much harder, because we were not built to do this once. With the GM that we have, the coaching staff that we have, and the players that they brought in, we've been built to do this multiple times, and it's on us to make sure that happens. So again, you can't win the second or third until you win the first, and now we've done that. But this is a great league, and there's a lot of other very good football teams in it. So yeah, certainly we're going to have our work cut out for us to get ready for next season. I don't do that. Are you going to tell me my stats? Because I clearly don't know what they are. I felt like it wasn't a perfect game, but they rarely are. I thought there was some things that I did well, and there were some things that I did poorly. Again, I'd have to watch the film before I really could give you a great answer for that. I know that I made a terrible read on a fly sweep zone read to Kendall that we lost about 6 yards on, that I could have gained a lot of yards. But I know Corey Watson bailed me out on an amazing run after a screen pass to him to get the first down. So, that's how our team operates. We have each other's backs, and well enough to win is what I would say.
Mike, your first year 4-14, really tough. But this year you guys end on a 10-game winning streak. What did your team learn how to win?
Yeah, it's been a process for sure. I think through the 4-14 season, we learned how not to win. We learned how to lose the close games. Last year we learned how to win those close games, but we learned how to lose the big games. And this year we finally learned how to win the big ones. So it's been a process, a 3-year process in my mind. And that's why I say that I think we've been built for the long haul, to do this multiple times, because we went through that road. We went through the progression and didn't just, get a bunch of quick fixes and bring in a bunch of high paycheck free agents in order to just fix it right away. Like, we wanted to do this a lot. So, that's why it's taken a little bit of time, but we're here now.
You mentioned the long haul, but there's been a lot of talk lately about your head coach.
Yeah.
How much do you want him to stay and how much do you need him to stay?
Oh, well, I'm not going to worry about that. We just, we won the Grey Cup. We're going to celebrate with him. But, this is professional sports. People come and go for sure. And I'll let him answer the questions in regards to his future. But in my mind, he's my head coach. And, there's nobody in this league that I would rather play for. I'll fight to the death for that man. And everyone in that locker room will too. So, again, whatever happens in the off season is going to happen. But, right now I'm going to go drink a beer with him. Thanks, guys.